Okay, some of you started video, just turn off the video. Turn off videos. Okay. Uh, Last class we did the calculation of actual pressure, which is going to come after finding out the diameter of the journal as well as the length of journal. Now let us go for the selection of oil here. Now for the selected component, that is what main bearing for a crankshaft. The recommended viscosity of oil should be, it is a range from 0.0202 to 0.065 Pascal seconds. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll go for average of this value. So if you calculate average of this value, so you are going to get 0.04 to 5 Pascal seconds. Now let us, as they have not specified the operating temperature of the oil. Now what I'll do, we'll just assume the operating temperature of oil is 60 degrees Celsius. Is 60 degree Celsius. Now based on this operating temperature, let us go for selection of oil from figure number 15.3. So let us go for, now this is what figure number 15.3. Now this is what operating temperature here, it is degrees Celsius. Okay, operating temperature degrees Celsius. Now this is a kinematic viscosity here, it is in centistokes. On this side it is a viscosity Seebold universal seconds. Now in horizontal you have a temperature in terms of degree Fahrenheit. In terms of degree Fahrenheit. Now what have we done? So let us assume this is G oil. Okay. Now what is the purpose of this is G oil? So you can select from another one table is there. Have one table. From that table you can select G oil. Okay. Now you look out here. So now this is a table. How you got the G type of oil here? Specific gravity of oil at 15 degrees Celsius. This is for reference of figure number 15.3. Now here you are getting a different type of oils here. So number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Now let us assume as it is subjected to medium speed. Okay. So now for crankshaft, so let us take a G automobile oil SAE 40 with medium speed machinery. Now you notify, so you have noted what type of oil, it has to be G type of oil. Now let us go for the figure number 15.3 here. Okay. Now this is 15.3. Now this is what G type oil here. Okay. Now operating temperature is how much? 60 degree. Now you just check out. So you're going to get an intersection point here. If you draw 60-degree temperature line, it has to intersect the G type of oil. Then you notify what is the corresponding kinematic viscosity here. Now for this G type, approximately we're going to get 75 or 80 centistokes. Let us notify. So how much we got centistokes here? So 80 centistokes. What you got? You got a kinematic viscosity. Now how you selected oil? Based on machinery. Okay. Referring table. You notify table number. Okay. So what type of oil you got? You got SAE 40. Okay. that is G type. Now from referring figure, now referring figure 15.3 for G type oil, okay, at a 60-degree operating temperature, the corresponding kinematic viscosity. Corresponding kinematic viscosity. Okay. So this is what ZK. I think what nearly 100 centi-stokes here. Okay. Centi-stoke. Now, based on this kinematic viscosity, you need to calculate the absolute viscosity. You need to calculate the absolute viscosity. Now, so I think someone you cross check how much you are going to get for 60-degree operating temperature for G type, whether it is a 55, someone refer, I think it is a 55.
55,
55, right?
55.
Oh, so kinematic viscosity here it is a 55 centi-stoke. Now convert this one in terms of absolute viscosity. How are you going to convert? Any idea? You need to convert this kinematic viscosity in terms of absolute viscosity. Pandurang Nayak, turn off your video. Can you even calculate or not get a kinematic viscosity? Kinematic viscosity to absolute viscosity. So now to calculate the kinematic viscosity into the absolute viscosity. Now you just check out here. So rho into ZK, okay? Rho into ZK. So ZK is what? It is a kinematic viscosity. Rho is, it is the density of specific gravity of oil, specific gravity of oil at operating temperature. Now you need to calculate what is the specific gravity of oil at any temperature. That is what it is. Now rho T, it is what you need to find out the value of rho 15. You are going to get this rho 15 from data handbook. This is what referring the table. Okay. Then you substitute and calculate. Okay. So now let us go for the calculation of specific gravity. Okay, now how much for G? 0.925. Now let us go for notify first. Specific gravity at 15 degrees Celsius, it is 0.9275. Now, so let us calculate specific gravity at operating temperature. Now to get this one, operating temperature, okay, notify equation number 15.1e, sorry, 15.1f first. So now equation number 15.1f. So what is the equation? Rho equal to rho 15 minus 0.00657 0.00657 into operating temperature. Now it is what 0.9275 minus 0.00657 into 60. Now you will get the specific gravity at that temperature. So someone will calculate and provide the answer in chat box. How much you are going to get?
0.88, sir.
I just type in the chat box. Okay, 0.88. Okay. So now this is 0.88. So now to get the value of Z here, to get the value of Z, so in terms of centi-Stokes, or in terms of kinematic viscosity, now Z equal to Zk into rho divided by 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 10 to the power of minus 3. So now this Zk is in terms of centipoise. This Zk is in terms of centipoise. Now, if the value of kinematic viscosity in terms of centi-Stokes, okay. Now this Zk is what in terms of centipoise. Now, if you want to get in terms of now if the kinematic viscosity is in terms of centi-Stokes, now this value is in terms of centi-Stokes. Now this value is in terms of centipoise. So to know to get this one, you just multiply 10 to the power of minus 60. Now how much you are going to get? The value of Z dash A is how much? It is 55 centi-Stokes. Okay. Now Zk equal to how much? 55 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Now let us substitute in absolute viscosity equation. Now what is the absolute viscosity equation? So Z equal to Zk into rho divided by 10 to the power of minus. So now Zk is 55 into 10 to the power of minus 6. We got the density as 0.888 now divided by 10 to the power of minus. Now someone will calculate how much you are going to get.
0.0488.
Okay, now Z equal to how much? 0.04884 Pascals second. Okay, now we got a value of Z. Now let us calculate whether the selected oil is suitable or not. Now to get the oil is suitable or not, you need to calculate what is the bearing modulus you are going to get based on this calculated absolute viscosity. So what is the bearing modulus here? So now bearing modulus, this is equal to Z dash Z n dash by P. Now n dash is RPS, revolutions per second. Let us substitute. Now Z is how much? 0.04884. Z dash E n dash is 1000 divided by 60 revolution per second, because the speed is 1000 rpm divided by, so how much you got actual pressure here? Actual pressure is 6.349 Pascal. Now you calculate Z dash C or K. You just notify the notations. Someone calculate and provide the answer.
0.128.
0. Point, I think you'll get a more.
0.1282.
0.128. That's not 0.128. Okay, right. Now the thing is that you need to cross check some unit conversions here, because centi to centipoise, then Pascal seconds. So let us go for a data book here once again. Okay, now just look out here how we can convert the units here. Now to get the centistokes, okay, in meters per second, how much you need to multiply here? Now you have a centistokes answer is there. Okay, from data handbook you got how much kinematic viscosity? It is 55 centistokes. Now to convert that centistokes in terms of meter square per second, how much you need to multiply? You need to multiply 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, let us first go back again. Okay, we'll go back again here. Now Now this kinematic viscosity, okay, if you multiply 55 into 10 to the power of minus 6, you are going to get in terms of meter square per second. Meter square per second. I think you got a same here. I think you got same. Okay, you got a same here. Okay. ZK, this value is what in terms of meter square per second. Right. Now, let us okay. Now to calculate the bearing modulus, how much you got here? You got 0.1282. So let us check. Go back to the data handbook. Now we just check out here. So we gone for the calculation of the part, the bearing modulus Zn by P. Now it is we have put a star mark here. Now what is there here star mark? It is speed revolution per minute. What have we done? We done speed per second. We need to correct it. We need to correct it. Now this is what wrong. Now Z dash equal to what? Zn by P. Now let us substitute. Z how much you got? 0.0484. Now its RPM is 1000 divided by 6.349. Just cross check how much you are going to get now.
7.69.
You just note down how much you got.
7.69, sir.
Okay, now we got the bearing modulus as 7.689. Now we need to cross check this value. So with the recommended value. Now you need to cross check this one with the recommended value. Okay. Now recommended value is how much from data handbook for what type of selected automobile, how much you select data. Okay. Gas and oil engine is four stroke. Yesterday I took this four stroke engine. So bearing is made. Okay, it is how much? 4.8 to 8.2. So suitable substitute start it is this much. Now minimum value is to be how much? It is a 2.9. That is a 2.9. So now the calculated value of bearing modulus is more than the recommended. So now the bearing modulus calculated is greater than bearing modulus recommended. Right. So recommended is how much? It is a 2.9. Okay. But how much you got? You got 7.69. Now you just calculate ratio. Calculate ratio 7.692 divided by 2.9. How much you are going to get?
2.652.
How much? 2.652. Okay. We need to check here. Okay? We need to check. Now I'll go back again now. Data and book. Go back again. Data and book. So the minimum value is how much? 2.9. Minimum value is 2.9. Okay. So the calculated value is 7.69. Okay. Now ratio is how much? 2.652. 2.652. Now for the type of lubrication, okay, whether it has a thin film lubrication, whether it is a thin film lubrication, whether it is a thick film lubrication. So now thin film lubrication, so it is what the bearing modulus should be 3 times of the minimum bearing modulus. For thick film, it has to be how much? 15 times of Z, the allowable or the required bearing modulus. Now, what type of lubrication you are going to get here? What type of lubrication you are going to get? Whether you are going to get a thin film, thick film, or a transient. What type of lubrication you are going to get? Now, to get the thin film lubrication, so the bearing modulus should be for 3 times of minimum bearing modulus. Okay. To get the thick film lubrications, the bearing modulus should be 15 times of the minimum bearing modulus. Now, can you suggest what type of lubrication it is going to for? Thick film, thin film. Okay, now you're going to get a tangent here. So that is what sometimes the lubrication film may break. Sometimes your lubrication film may break. So now in the situations, what you need to go for a more viscosity oil. You need to go for more viscosity oil. So now in some book they have gone for directly the comparison with only these values. That is what comparison with only these values. So actually, if you want to obtain what type of lubrication is going to form, then you need to go for comparison of this one. So now based on minimum value, you can say so the selected oil is safe for this application. Suppose if you need to find out what type of lubrication is going to form, then you go for this relation. V jet, okay, film 15 jet. So now you have completed two parameters. One is what? Dimensions you completed. Okay. You have selected oil. Now two parameters are over. So next step is so check for stability of oil is over. Okay. So K calculated should be greater than K recommended. Then selected oil is safe. If K calculated is less than K recommended, then it is what you need to change the oil. Okay. Now based on this criteria, what you what you suggested, selected oil is safe. Now four steps are over. Now fifth step is what you need to find out the coefficient of friction. That is what is F. Now let us go for calculation of coefficient of friction. Right? F. So now to calculate this coefficient of friction, we go for the data handle. Okay. We need to notify the equation. Sorry. Okay. So now we notify the equation. So when we equation, I have two equations here. One is what Petrov's related relation determine the coefficient of friction or lightly loaded, but we have gone for medium loaded here. We gone for medium loaded. Then you go for next equation. So now we calculate coefficient of friction referring equation number 15.4b. So what is the equation? F equal to Ka Zn by P into R by C into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta F plus delta F. Now K is a constant, so that is what based on circumferential length. Okay, so you can select. Now what I'll do, we'll go for assuming it as a full bearing. full bearing, that is what beta equal to 350 degree, then K equal to 0.195 into 10 to the power of 6 for full bearing. Now, if you want to get the value of A, if we have a circumferential length of the bearing in terms of degree, suppose if you have a 80 degree, if you have a 90 degree, if you have a 100 degree, you just multiply beta with this constant, that is what 541.33. Now, I will go for it as a full bearing. The value of K equal to 0.195 into 10 to the power of 6 is a plus 6. Now delta F equal to 0.002. For bearing having length L by D is the range from 0.75 to 2.8. We can refer figure also, 15.5 figure to get the value of delta F. We get the value of delta F. Now R by C is now okay at the 1000. Now let us substitute all values. So coefficient of friction F equal to 0.195 into 10 to the power of 6 is a plus 6. Z we have calculated. Okay. Notify value of Z, how much we got from the calculation. 0.04884. 0.04884. Now you have a small n here. This n is what a speed in terms of RPS. Now the value of P, you got 6.349. Now R by C is 1000. R by C is 1000. K into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus 0.02. Now we calculate coefficient of friction. Someone quickly calculate and provide the answer.
Four point five into 10 to the power minus 3, sir.
2.4.5
4.5 into 10 to the power minus 3.
into 10 to the power of
Minus 3.
minus 2. That means 0.045, right?
Minus 3, sir. 10 to the power minus 3.
Minus 3. So we are going to get one more zero. Right. F equal to 0.0045. Right. Now this is the coefficient of friction. Now what is the next step? Once you got the coefficient of friction, so you need to find out heat generated. You need to calculate heat generated. Now to get the value of heat generated, you refer equation from the data and book. power loss or heat generated, that is what equation number 15.66. So H is equal to F W into P, right? So now heat generated H is equal to F capital W into small v. Now V is what? It is a speed in terms of meter per second. In terms of meter per second, that is what rubbing velocity. That is what rubbing velocity. So let us calculate first velocity. So V, it has to be meter per second. It has to be meter per second. So now pi d L divided by 60 into 1000. Pi, you got a diameter of 27 mm. Speed is 1000 divided by 60 and 1000. Now this 1 get cancels. So remaining thing is pi 27 divided by 60. You will get a velocity. Now 1.1 meter per second. Someone check it.
1.413.
Okay, 1.413 meter per second type. 1.413 meter per second. Now let us substitute heat generated Hg equal to F is 0.045, okay, W is 6 kilonewton, and speed is 1.41. So you are going to get in terms of joules per second here. The answer is in joules per second, right? Someone will calculate.
5.14.
38.151. So now 38.151 joules per second, right? This is what we generate. Okay. Next, what is the next step? What is the next step? Okay, heat dissipation. The next step is dissipation. So for heat dissipation, so you need to find out the vapor temperature, then ambient temperature you can assume, heat dissipation and power loss. Okay, so next heat dissipation. So now for heat dissipation, so again go back to data and book. Okay, so heat dissipation is what the K equation number 15.11p. equation number 15.11b. Or you can go for media distributions on projected area. That is what projected area of journal heat dissipating capacity. You can refer this equation also. What equation number 15.1 cc. 15.11 c. So let us go for equation number 15.1. Data and book. Equation number 15.11. This is what AP, 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 right? So now you can find out the projected area AP. It is what L into D. Maximum projected area is what L into D. Next you have one more equation, L into D into 10 to the power of minus 6. Now Kp is a constant. Kp is a constant. So you note down here equation number 15.11c is next. Kp equal to Tb minus Ta plus 18 the whole square divided by small kb. So now assuming it as a well ventilated heavy construction, well ventilated, you can select small value of kb. Now however we will get a value of Tb here. So you have assumed operating temperature as a 60 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now Ta is what ambient temperature. Let us go for a 25 degrees Celsius as the ambient temperature. And you can calculate here. You can calculate Tb. So now we'll go for calculation of Tb first. Bearing temperature Tb. So this is equal to what? Tb equal to 1 by 2 Co minus Ta plus Ta. I just rewriting this equation. Now let us assume operating temperature, the ambient temperature Ta equal to 25 degrees Celsius. Now 1 by 2 60 25 plus 20. So this is 35 by 2 plus 20. 42.5 degrees Celsius. Check it. Right. So now let us go for calculation of capital Kp. Now capital Kp, we got a Tb. Tb is 42.5 minus ambient temperature is 15 plus 80. It is what a square. So let us assume heavy construction, okay, well ventilated. Kp equal to what? 0.73. Assuming heavy construction assuming heavy construction and well ventilated. So now you calculate capital KP. Now we calculate capital K. Can someone calculate and provide the answer? 4.362. Is it right? Okay. Okay, we'll close the class. We'll continue tomorrow at 10 o'clock same. We have left 2 bits. We'll calculate those 2 bits next class.